What has a monogamy-only culture produced here in America? Well, that's pretty simple. I want you to hear me out real good. America likes to champion itself as being the best country in the world. Not only does it like to champion itself being the best country in the world, but it believes that its religion, which just happened to be Christianity, which is a religion that came some 3 centuries after the death of our Messiah and the apostles. Which, if you will read Josephus, if you will read different historical books concerning Israelite culture, or what they commonly term Jewish, you'll see that it was made. A man having more than one woman was a natural thing, the natural order of things. And now they've done turned it around. But look, what does a monogamy-only culture produce? I tell you one thing it definitely does. It produces many houses of ill repute. Well, and sometimes people don't even have to be in a house of ill repute. And for those of you who don't know that, what that is that it produces red light district. Whole bunch of red light districts. And for those of you who don't know that, it produces a lot of prostitution. That's what a monogamous only culture does. Why? Because in the world today, there are more women that are born to men. That is a fact, a statistical fact. But not only that, when you look and see how that there will be more women that will need fulfillment and have their needs met, and if it can't be done by the simple fact of going out here and getting a job at Walmart, Kmart, or one of the box stores or brick buildings, then just like in the hood, and just like with some of the professional places up in Washington, D.C., call ladies and mistresses, all of these are products or byproducts of a monogamous society. Some way, somehow, they have to make money, to be able to carve out and make a living for themselves. And so that's what a monogamous-only society does, is it produces a lot of single women with what the world calls illegitimate children that has to be provided for. And so that's the reason why you have a lot of women today that have 3, 4, upwards of 2, 3, 4 baby daddies. And many of them have to be forced and into compliance to so-called quote-unquote pay their fair share of the levy because they chose to lay down with one of these women and they chose to actually have a child by them. So, a monogamous-only society is guaranteed to produce a lot of prostitution. And all you got to do is just go to any major city, you can see that. Or you can see a lot of women that are just available for sex. And in that, they're looking for sugar daddies, looking for somebody to pay their bills and take care of them. And that's just a fact. And this is one of the things that the world doesn't want to mention when you start talking about biblical marriage. Because biblical marriage in every way, shape, fashion, and form is superior to all other forms of marriage. It provides a headship, a patriarchy, duty and responsibility. That's what it does. And more than anything, if you had a biblical marriage, we could actually reduce the welfare state. And it will make a lot more men more responsible. And the people will come together as a tribe. Most people don't know what a tribe is, even though they read about the 12 tribes of Israel in the scriptures. Most people don't know what a tribe is, a clan. They don't know what a tribe is. All they know is what the world has crammed down their throat. Utterly remarkable and amazing. But then, when you look at women outbirthing men in pretty much every society, which that should tell you something. And when you look at the attrition rate of a man, the wars that go on, homosexuality that takes them off the market of being responsible fathers. You look at men doing stupid stuff and dying on it, you know what I mean, doing crazy stuff, and how drugs take men out. Man, you're looking at what I've already on top of my head, got a 4-to-1 ratio. That's not already starting at a deficit anyway for men in the first place. I mean, if you look at up to 6-to-1 right now, and then you look at men get incarcerated exponentially more than women do. And you can go on and on and on and on and on and on. And then just the natural mortality rate, a man would check out quicker than a woman. And it's amazing when you start looking at all this, and then you start to see that even more so, just like over in Russia, Vladimir Putin is getting ready to exercise laws that will demand polygyny in order to repopulate Russia. And so we watch China and the ramifications of it, of making sure that everybody only has one child. Well, now they're not producing enough children because they done killed so many of them. They're not producing enough children to be able to keep up this big, gigantic country the way they have, because you got all these old people now that are retired, and you have a bunch of young, lazy people playing video games and stuff that are not seeking to actually do their part in society to make sure that the country tries somewhat to be successful. And so as it will go here in America too as well. I got a book. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it on my Patreon channel, and I'm gonna read you what this particular white man says if the white population in America don't wake up, what they're up against. And mind you, he actually says he's a white man. I don't know, when they become negative and derogatory, you are what you are, that's what it is. But anyway, you're going to be surprised by what he says. It should open the eyes of a lot of people. But a monogamous culture is guaranteed to produce prostitution. And we see it everywhere. Homelessness is guaranteed to produce fatherless children, orphans. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. That's what a monogamous culture will do. It will produce it every single time, because that's the only thing that it can do. I mean, there's really literally no fruit to it whatsoever at all. Well, anyway, I want y'all to have a blessed day. Y'all be encouraged. King coming.